An 8-year-old from my delegation lost a game at a European Championship only because he pressed the clock with the wrong hand twice. His parents told him to sit on his left hand for the rest of the tournament. In chess, you can lose a game because your phone rang or because you touched the wrong piece. Many players learn these rules the hard way in the middle of a tournament game. In the next 10 minutes, the rules that are enforced and the ones that are simply expected both matter. If you watched the Fair Play video, you know this pyramid: integrity, rules, etiquette, sportsmanship. That video covered level 1. This one covers the 3 above it. Level 2 is rules, enforceable with defined penalties. Level 3 is etiquette, expected, with no formal enforcement. Level 4 is sportsmanship, admired, upheld only by the culture of the game. A like from you helps more players find this before they learn it the hard way. The most important rule to know before your first over-the-board game: touch a piece with the intention of moving it, you must move it. No take-backs, no undo button in the real world, no second thoughts. Touch your opponent's piece with the intention of capturing, you must capture it if a legal capture exists. Intention is the deciding word. Accidentally knocking a piece while reaching for another is not touch move. It happened to me recently. I knocked my king down 3 times in a single game. My opponent even said, "Your position doesn't look that bad." The arbiter may ask what you intended. Answer honestly. I touch pieces by accident is not a defense. Think before you act, my youngest would say. J'adoube is French for I adjust. Say j'adoube or I adjust clearly before touching any piece you do not intend to move. You can say it once and adjust as many pieces as needed. 2 rules: on your turn only, and say it clearly before you touch the piece, not after. Never press the clock before moving the piece. Never use the piece to press the clock. Never use the other hand. Never hover your hand over the clock while the opponent is thinking. This is considered intimidation and an arbiter can rule on it. The correct sequence: release the piece, press the clock with the same hand that moved the piece, write the move on your score sheet. Under 5 minutes remaining, you no longer have to write down the moves in most cases. Subscribe for more chess in plain English. New video every week. An illegal move is any move that breaks the rules of chess. A rook moving diagonally, castling through check, ignoring a check on your king. The first illegal move earns your opponent 2 extra minutes. The move is corrected. A second illegal move in the same game is an automatic loss, regardless the position. In Rapid and Blitz, a single illegal move was an automatic loss. But since 2018, FIDE equalized all formats. Rapid and Blitz now follow the same 2-strike rule as Classical. If you learned the old rule, it has changed. One more point: if something goes wrong during the game, stop the clock and call the arbiter. But pausing the clock without a valid reason can be penalized. Do not announce check. Your opponent is expected to see it. This one principle explains almost every communication rule in chess. If the board shows it, you do not need to say it. Audible reactions like exclamations or comments after a move are poor etiquette and can be ruled as a distraction by an arbiter. The playing hall is a silent space. Everything that needs to be said is said with the pieces. The correct sequence every time: make your move, offer the draw verbally, press the clock. Never offer before making your move. Never offer on your opponent's time. Your opponent can accept, decline verbally, or simply make a move. A move without comment is a declined draw offer, and only one offer at a time. Every draw offer must be recorded on the score sheet by both players, noted down each time it is made. It is a requirement according to the laws of chess, not a convention. That matters when draw offers become excessive. Repeated offers fall under FIDE's harassment rules as a deliberate distraction of an opponent. If someone keeps offering and it is disturbing you, the score sheet is your protection. Note every offer the moment it is made. When you have enough of them, stop the clock, call the arbiter, and show the record. What is enough, I hear you ask? Even 2 or 3 draw offers in only a few moves might qualify. Those written entries are your evidence. Phones off or silent, not visible at the board. In most FIDE-rated events, a phone producing any sound during play is an automatic loss, regardless of whether it was used for anything. At a recent tournament, a girl I had lost to in the previous round lost a game for a reason that had nothing to do with chess. Her phone was switched off and in her bag. A repeating alarm activated mid-game. Her opponent called the arbiter. She lost on the spot. A switched off phone with an active alarm is not protection enough. Keep phones as far away as possible. What if you genuinely need your phone, a surgeon on call maybe? You can arrange this with the arbiter in advance. They hold the phone and handle any call. But there can be no ambiguity during play. The arrangement must be agreed before the game begins. Silence during play is expected from all players, not just at your own board. Observing other games while walking around is allowed but must be done quietly. Do not comment on, gesture about, or react to games in progress. This applies to spectators too. A player in a critical position does not need to see someone shaking their head at a position on the next board. If something or someone is disturbing you, a quiet shh or a look usually does the job. Most players in a playing hall understand immediately. If the disturbance continues or is serious, stop the clock and call the arbiter. A handshake before and after every game is expected at every level of competitive chess. Refusing to shake hands is a reportable breach of etiquette. It can be brought to the arbiter. Before the game, set up pieces, handshake, start the clock. After, result confirmed, handshake regardless of outcome. Win, loss or draw, the handshake stands. It signals that both players accepted the contest as fair, whatever the result. You do not have to play to checkmate. Tipping your king over is the traditional gesture of resignation. Some players simply say I resign or extend the hand. Any of these is accepted. A word of warning though, I have seen tricks here. A player in a clearly lost position extends a hand as if resigning. At the moment of the handshake or just before they say draw. It is poor sportsmanship and it is designed to create ambiguity. If this happens to you, do not shake the hand and do not accept anything. Stop the clock and call the arbiter immediately. Let them clarify the situation. Such attempts deserve exactly one thing, a blow to the reputation. Once you resign, the game is over. You cannot take it back, even if you immediately see why the position was still playable. Playing on indefinitely in a clearly lost position wastes your opponent's time and is considered poor etiquette. Some players make it worse, suddenly taking 20 minutes per move when there is nothing left to calculate. Resign when the outcome is not in genuine doubt. Your opponent has earned the result, let them have it cleanly. Level 4 has no arbiter, no rulebook, no penalty. Some wait until one move before checkmate to resign, or sit for 20 minutes calculating when they have only a king left. These are not violations, but the chess community notices. I have been asked many times over the years, when your children play each other in a tournament, do they pre-agree a draw? They never do. Even if one of them were about to win the national championship, the other would do everything in their power to beat them, and that's okay. They drew once when they were 8 years old, but they had played for 3.5 hours with only kings left on the board. I have seen another brother and sister in tournament chess obviously pre-arrange a draw a few times, faking a game that was quite visibly agreed before it started. It was not done to help either of them win a trophy, but the chess community did not like it. Sportsmanship matters in chess. Everyone can see when it is absent, even when no rule is technically broken. I once played in a tournament held at a pub. Okay, more than once. Two gentlemen near me were getting a drink at the bar after every few moves. 2 hours in, both were clearly drunk. At one point, one of them stood up and looked at the board. Wait, he said, wasn't I white in this game? When a child is at the board, parents sometimes step in directly. I have seen parents ask their child's adult opponent not to drink during the game. But the arbiter does not intervene simply because a player is drinking. The intervention point arrives when the integrity of the game itself is compromised. A player who genuinely cannot remember their own color makes valid the decision to stop the game. That is fine. Every player in a rated classical event keeps a written record of all moves using notation. At the end of the game, both players sign each other's score sheets to confirm the result. Once signed, the result stands. Check the result written before you sign. Errors happen. If there is a dispute, raise it with the arbiter, ideally before you sign. You are allowed to stop recording when your remaining time drops below 5 minutes in most cases. When time is short, the game matters more than the score sheet. Integrity, rules, etiquette, sportsmanship, all 4 levels covered across these 2 videos. The notation video is next, how to read and write chess moves, why it matters, and how to follow any game ever played. See you there!